Grand final between FaZe and MOUZ. We go straight into the pistol round. MOUZ, they showed tenacity on this map just the other day against G2. But from one stage team to another, as they try and right their wrongs. MOUZ move in a pack. They scarper towards long. It's only Rob spotting from the site. FaZe 3 upper right now. MOUZ move in slow and steady. We've got Impact and Sui on the util. P250 on Torshi. It's looked like a laser this tournament.
First contact as well, going to be between old teammates here over in toilets. Frozen. Spotted but not dealt with yet, and they're being baited into Rain up here on short. Tucked in the corner, Rain knocks out both Torshi and Exertion. And even though MOUZ managed to get into the site from long, the battle is far from over. Rops with another tap extends this advantage for FaZe Clan. And now they're going to try and move in. This bomb plant comes through with the dual Berettas of Brokey.
He does not jump the gun there. Brokey could have gone right through the smoke. Everyone was poised, but FaZe wait until they're all ready to go off of that stick. MOUZ can barely get comfortable. And sure, a bomb plant will facilitate this second round bye. Certainly a good call for MOUZ to make, knowing they can get Galils, AKs into round 2. But FaZe know it's coming. Frozen, he is the hype man. He is the guy we need to step up for FaZe. He has been such a rock in this tournament alongside Brokey. And when Karrigan is talking about things like fatigue, you know, world travel, all these tournaments, all these second places, it needs to be the young player, the latest addition, the former MOUZ man, to step up in a big way in this grand final.
Yeah, Frozen is very much the guy with everything to prove here. Because even though FaZe got off to a good start in CS2 lifting trophies, Frozen was not yet a part of that.
You know what he was a part of? That loss to FaZe last time they were in China, on that very stage in Shanghai, in that grand final. FaZe beat MOUZ and take their best player. But through that, we've seen a bit of a star rising in Yimpat. Phenomenal game against G2 as well from the young Finn of 17 years of age. The guy is calm. As MOUZ once again move through, they love to do this. The snake through the toilets, up towards the A site. That smoke is perfect, and Frozen spams Torshi through.
They get away with even more here. They return the spam, but Frozen holds the line, and he gets aggressive with support from inside of the site. Brokey lends a helping hand, and FaZe make quick work of a MOUZ classic, these slow A rounds. This is something we saw out of MOUZ in their semi-final bout as well. They love these slow creeps up through the bathrooms, as you say, and FaZe are acutely aware of that. It's clear they know what they're up against in this game.
Yeah, we've seen already all these AAA setups for FaZe in both the rounds. If the map is quiet, it's not MOUZ poising for a B execute. It's them slowly clearing control contact, not using flashes on these corners, and we see the difficulty of that. FaZe just get to fight forward. Brokey going to make that AWP money. The impact's down to the connect. We've got a Deagle out. We've got a couple of upgrades here for MOUZ. A reason to fight for this round, to keep that economy low. The sooner they break FaZe's money, the sooner they get free rounds. And you don't get free rounds easily on Overpass T side. Brokey suspects this is bait. He's not falling for it and getting aggressive.
FaZe don't feel that pressure to get involved in this one, right? They know that if they go walking into a MOUZ setup and give them a reason to go for this one, it's going to make it far more expensive than needs be. Frozen and Torshi, cleanly done. And that's a nice reply from Brolin, but shouldn't be much more to look forward to here if you're MOUZ, as they will get cleaned up. A keen double from Carrigan there as they try to tiptoe through the monster smoke. There's that 3-0 lead established from FaZe.
I mean, they really have to dig deep, FaZe, right? It's, you know, I like how Yanko was prophesizing. Perhaps Carrigan's statements on fatigue are all but a bait, all just trying to make his opponent underestimate him. But I think to a certain degree, you have to imagine just the way that FaZe losing Copenhagen must have put them through a loop, and barely getting a day of practice before flying right to China and making another playoff run. It's not easy for FaZe. All these second places, they take their toll.
Yeah, and you know, I think, honestly, I think they probably have been a little bit exhausted. I think Carrigan certainly has. Even just seeing him around the event, he hasn't been his usual, you know, happy-go-lucky self, right? But when you get to a grand final and now you have the chance to break that streak and to rebuild the mental, yeah, I think he's going to take that in his stride. I think maybe they were sleepy up until today.
Yeah, exactly. When you get on this stage in front of fans cheering for your team, and don't be confused, here in Chengdu, they are definitely FaZe fans. I think that only pumps you up as well. The stakes are so high for FaZe, and this feels like a final in the palm of their hand. And despite...
That's a dangerous mindset to be in, because we've certainly felt like that before with FaZe in a final.
Absolutely. And I think FaZe maybe learned this time not to underestimate their opponent. That's what Blade said after Na'Vi got the win in Copenhagen. He said it was nice to be underestimated. It was nice to be underdogs for once. Well, FaZe can't afford to make that mistake twice. Again, triple upper, flashes, nothing. Frozen turns and Brokey takes the first.
Yeah, you're running into one hell of a double stack here. Brokey's been phenomenal in these playoffs, and so a keen double from him. But they do lose Rops over in the bathrooms, and that is a way in for MOUZ. They've been working this A site all game long. And finally, it might give them the result, as it's just Carrigan and Rain left up against it. Backstab in from Carrigan, but it's being considered. Still, he picks it up. Brolin dead. Carrigan in with two. And now, young Jimmy versus the veteran leader for FaZe. A long reroute for Carrigan. Very long at that.
It's going to take so much time. Jimpat should surely have the read. He's just got a position right for this, and he'll go back down. Duck below. Carrigan timing is everything right now as Jimpat scales the stairs. Carrigan comes through, and this might just be a round for Jimpat. He doesn't need to move. He's got it in the palm of his hand. Closes the clutch, puts the first round on the board here for MOUZ. And that is that dependable young Finn, standing tall when MOUZ need him most, getting an early round in this game just so you don't get steamrolled.
Yeah, plays it to perfection, right? The reposition over the bank eliminates all the worry, makes life very easy for himself. I don't think that's one that hurts you too much if you're FaZe. MOUZ just play it well in the post plant, but keen to get back to their winning ways. The FaZe clan, and they start this round off with a little gimmick, a boost employed down here on B. No chance to trade that for MOUZ.
That is a sweet 5-on-4, and it's going to get better. Brokey won't miss. And he even goes back for more. Brokey known for his hot hands. Happy to double dip. Overtly aggressive on the AWP, but he's found no targets since.
I mean, with good reason, right? Since getting into the playoffs, Brokey has been the X factor for FaZe clan. Quarters through the semis and now into the final, starting strong. Brokey. Oh, overran here. Shuey, that is a big pickup, and Frozen not able to get back into the site in time. He'll face the same fate. Shuey's getting this done. Rops forced wide and now spotted. Exertion makes quick work of him once again. It's Rain and it's Carrigan left up in this for FaZe. Another 2-on-3. Last time they get it close. Do they stand a chance?
This is great
Is
bait.
the second time the charm. Carrigan running it down the long side. It's him falling and Rain dinked up, not even going to attempt the 1v2.
Oh, we might have an X on the way out here. Zershan won't expect this fight, but Rain concedes, and yeah, only one getting spotted, tries to bait for Carrigan, but MOUZ have position along. They have the info, they have the round. Nice entries from Shui and Zershan. And that backside molly, that is just the cream of the crop there on the T-side execute. Contact plays are nice, but with the new CS2 Overpass site, you can completely burn out with 2 Molotovs, one behind Truck, one behind Dice. There is nowhere to play. You've got to give it up completely for retake. Robs learns that the hard way. FaZe down to 2k a player, only Rain's rifle remains, and they have to take this eco. Step by step for MOUZ, but they're walking in the right direction.
Heavy hitter of Brokey with the money running out. Won't look to have that AWP anytime soon. Meanwhile, Torshi's getting it done his over on the MOUZ side of things. So this is a chance for MOUZ to close the gap and put themselves in a real power position. And early in the game too. Considering how this started with FaZe looking to shut them down with Brokey, electric from the rip. This is very composed from the MOUZ team. So just this one AK in the round, and Rain's taking it down here towards the B site. Fires off early, and so that makes me wonder if he's keen to reposition.
This regression off of the jump spots as well. It's Rain getting picked a monster, but yeah, someone's going to have to try and grab it. Well, Bro wouldn't allow that. They're pushing from the short side at the same time, and Robs has found that headshot. Not ready for Shui at the back. 2-on-4 now. MOUZ stem the bleeding, and then they make new wounds. Only Brokey remains. And they'll see that gun pickup, you would think. So that's the info. Torshi, motor, mouth, he's calling it. They know exactly where this last player sits, and they'll take space on that top site. If Brokey wants to give this a go, he won't even be there in time. They'll be able to cut down any rotation position. So Brokey knows he's walking into very dangerous territory. And even with a smoke at B, that's a middle finger. That's MOUZ saying, you can't exit. We have you trapped. We know where you are. Brokey feels like he has to fight.
A lot of respect given here. Brokey will be allowed to just slink out of there with the AK. A tie game now for MOUZ. Weapons coming out in the next 4 FaZe clan.
I wonder if MOUZ is just going to continue this top side aggression, right? Because they play a really nice T side on Overpass. We've actually seen a lot of teams starting to get a grip on it. I think G2 have certainly made been a contender for that as well. But the way the MOUZ do it, you rarely see them go for these, just B execute calls or B rushes out of spawn. They'll leave Brolin to lurk lower and play those 2 tunnels. But more often than not, it's MOUZ just walking as far as they physically can on A. And playing util as late as they're possibly allowed. So given that Brokey should know that, when he gets his AWP back, he's going to have a lot of options for opening moves, for picks. Because MOUZ are happy to play sneaky, play silent. So is that still the game plan today? FaZe may know it's coming. Can they stop it? And this is one way to do it, aggressive mid-take.
Torshi goes aggressive down on B, but misses the chance to find Rain in the opener. Combat AWPing does not serve him well. Exertion, patience, down in middle, and Frozen walks right into him.
Guess Frozen didn't want to wait. I remember him getting spammed through that smoke by Donk in a grand final. But a bridge too far this time. MOUZ patient punish. FaZe have burned a lot of the clock here. Sure, MOUZ have done a good job of holding on to their util, but there's a minute and they're still stuck in playground. This might actually force you back down into B. There are less positions to clear. FaZe are banking on that 4 strong at this lower site with a boost up. Now this will get them info that should free up a rotation. You don't want to see FaZe stay here forever, and so those 2 players who previously boosted walk their way back up top. Re-aggression might get caught. Jimpat's timing looks good, and he sees something.
He's seen something there. Rain now knowing about on the aggro push. Does Jimmy want to try and take this fight? His teammates are poised to hit top, but as he swings out, Rain's MP9 is getting this round done for FaZe. Topside exec coming in now, but FaZe have been aware of this. They've been aware of it rooting in the round for a long time now, and they're already swinging players up in the rotate. The backstab is coming in.
Nice.
Robson Brokey will hold the line, and it's all eyes on exertion. Nade is good, but he can't finish the job. Top site is closed as Robson Brokey send MOUZ packing.
Red hot from Robson. It's a great bait play as well because he gets smoked off, leaving Brokey for first contact. Robs almost full blinds him, but Brokey luckily dies after 1, and Robs is able to just swing off his perfect flash to get that entry kill. Surprising misread for Jimmy, thinking that Rain would have climbed up. He might have heard the jump, but Rain never did. Robs, great to see him have impactful rounds at the start of this game, because in that major he was having a very quiet tournament, his worst major in the FaZe jersey. Supposed to be one of the best riflers in CS2, mechanically especially. No time like a grand final to show it. FaZe a standard 3-2 setup, still with no AWP. Brokey playing safer with a util on top site. FaZe have a flash setup ready on B. With the exception of Brolin stuck in the lurk position, it's MOUZ keeping their eyes on that late top site yet again.
Building up to be around where we might need numbers out of Frozen, who's largely at a free ticket to ride on top, with Brokey looking so good.
Scary.
Frozen will get tested here. MOUZ creeping up. Flash for Frozen. They try to throw him in.
Or Shadow.
Gets the info, and at this point it should be clear to FaZe what's happening, what's going on. It's another one of these top site plays. It's what they've had to deal with every single round. Frozen waiting for his moment. It's just the one and done.
Lost flash.
Robson Brokey are teed up. They are ready for this, playing a bait and switch. Brokey takes the contact. Rob swings out and looks to put a stop to it. Just Torshi left standing. Tap on the bomb. Rain moves through. That smoke conceals him, and Torshi has no idea. Boxed in. And finally, Carrigan and Rain get their round. Those two off and left, rotating up into a lost top site. Well, that one's easy for him.
Yeah, there was no way to win that for Torshi, right? Not with that missed smoke. I don't know if maybe it was blocked by FaZe, but, or maybe thrown on top of the Molotov actually by Rain rather. It just gives him perfect cover to force Torshi to tap it again. Either way, he's walking round the site, and he's winning that round if Carrigan doesn't. So FaZe take control back of this game, back of the economy more importantly, and they get to punch their ticket as well. A hole in this one, it's just pistols. Got to flash through this B side for Shui.
The thing that's even crazy to me right now is you spent the whole game conditioning FaZe to worry about these A execs, and in the round where MOUZ have got nothing and looking to lean into that idea, they're all waiting outside of the B site. FaZe were 4 strong down on B. Now admittedly Frozen has up and left. That is that conditioning, right? You have to pay some respect to these A-Walks.
But this position is perfect as well, because they don't even need to commit to help Carrigan. They can just take short back. He sees the rush coming. He feasts 3 off the spray, and the help is here today. All 3 B players get involved, and FaZe, not a single casualty. A perfect anti-eco round despite the flash. MOUZ are in trouble now. A timeout called, 2 already used. This has not gone to plan. They just need some breathing room at the end of this T side. on, as we said, a different map pick from the norm. We've seen MOUZ pick Vertigo, we've seen them pick Mirage, even Ancient at Katowice. And now they go back to Overpass. And FaZe were ready.
MOUZ's Overpass has been really good this event. Hell, it was their ticket to this grand final was punched on Overpass. 6 rounds on the T side versus G2. And they're at a point where that is still obtainable, that is still achievable. But the door on that is fast closing. And so the pace gets changed a little bit here for MOUZ. They've offered a lot of slower rounds over towards A. This time it's a lot faster, more aggressive, but Frozen and Rops are ready. 2x MOUZ players in the bathroom fighting back to back. Brokey pushed up, tries to take this swing.
Oh!
Chewy's caught out on an island.
No way.
Frozen, smoke spam, and nothing's going MOUZ's way. They need a hero. Can Jimmy be that man? Oh, this is good. Rop's dead. Jimmy building into this clutch. A 1v5 when it begins. It's still a long way from reality. Jimmy's got big ambitions, big dreams, and he could be one of the best. This is the time to prove it. Here's Brokey on the dice box. Concerned about a flank as well. It's this fight on a Robs that matters a lot, right? This drop down, or Rain rather, nearly wrestles with the AK, but just cut down. They stop him a handful shy of a 1v5. Crazy that he's even going for it.
Oh, I love it. You know, you need a round like that for MOUZ to get reignited in this game, and you can see him piecing it together. He didn't want to give away that info for the jump spotting player. He finds a great timing. Rain even gives him a chance with that drop-off dumpster, but he needed a clean kill. If he did, Brokey's low, trapped. Karrigan's too far on the flank. That's a 1v5 cooking. FaZe, though, continue to rack up rounds. And it feels like wherever MOUZ are going, they're running into these triple setups, right? That was double bathrooms and Rops at long. Brokey's going to get out. He doesn't even need to AWP on the CT side. He is absolutely wiping them out of this grand final. Brokey flashed back for more. That will give them one and a gun, but denied by the nade, or it hasn't pushed it back. Frozen just going to try and hold on to it. Fight for this position. Fight for this deny. But not fight to his death. Instead, they re-aggress on long side, and FaZe are just plucking the feathers out of MOUZ right now. It's going to leave a mark. FaZe is just so great at gathering info and just not overstepping and getting their setup together. Look, the second Robs gets double long info. They're knife out pushing B water. They're rotating a third A. And MOUZ are trying to change this one and go round the world. They might avoid Rain entirely, but sure, the longer FaZe wait, the more they will consider this possibility. It's a good call for MOUZ, but it just takes so long.
I think you can tell already from this CT side that FaZe are just more comfortable in a grand final, and hell, they have to be with how often they've been here.
Oh no, misclick.
Noise made, and FaZe are already down in this B site in time. Karrigan hops in.
No plant allowed.
He'll be there to stop this. He'll be there to shut it out.
Beautiful.
And there's the swing from Rain just to seal the deal. No extra money made at the end of it for MOUZ.
A perfect play for Karrigan because he doesn't care about who's getting what kills, whether he's dying and keeping his AK. No, he is here to destroy MOUZ, and denying that bomb plant does go a long way. Every little helps. Last round of the half now. MOUZ still have the AWP, Torchy with that helmet, but he's got to make it work. We need a hero here for MOUZ.
Karrigan even donning a second AWP right now for FaZe.
Got at that B site.
He wants to have a bit of fun with it in this final. Didn't feel that way. Put out that tweet that said, this game was not funny to me. This was not enjoyable. That was to open up their run through the playoffs. He's letting his hair down now.
Yeah, you just have so much trust in your team. No one's dropped the ball. No one's made a mistake here for FaZe. MOUZ may have 3 rounds, but it's felt like an unblemished game.
Yeah, and that's because largely it is, right? FaZe are looking for 6 in a row to close out the half. If you're MOUZ, you just need a bit of a buffer stop, a bit of a momentum break here to bring yourselves back in mentally. You don't want to go into that second half having lost 6 in a row, but they might not have a choice.
Whoop's dead.
Karrigan will fall. Broky's still in this. Good timing found for Shuey. As he mops up Rops down in the connector. This bomb is out on an island right now, though. Torshi with the AWP, spotted on the short side. They've lost the B site, but it's Rain who they've got to get past, and he's clean, taps out that first man. Any more from Rain, spots the flash, ready for connector, an important kill for Torshi to find. Roki makes it up into the heavens in time. Frozen even backstabbing down through the connector. There's a lot of damage done, and the nade would have found this kill. Instead, it's just gonna fall shy of Torshi. So he is allowed to play in this post plant on the AWP, leaving the angle at just the wrong time. Frozen crosses out to the sandbags as a result, and slowly but surely the net is closing around Torshi. Is he up for the task? Missed shot, Torshi dead, and now it's just Brolin, 1v1, all the pressure building, and it's Frozen at B. One extra round for MOUZ. Will that be the round that pumps them up and brings them in to the CT side of their map? Denied their streak of 6 down the tail end there as Brolin puts up in the clutch. It's not much for MOUZ as they only get 4 on their T side. But it could be enough to bring them back in if they find success here and now in the pistol. Despite good T sides for MOUZ on this map, this is one where they're going to have to fall back on their CT half to lock it in.
And to be honest, we say at every playoff, if you want to win a championship, if you want to win a tournament, you have to beat FaZe. So often in these finals, every single one in CS2. FaZe is just rabid right now, foaming at the mouth with the prospect of taking MOUZ's map pick to start this grand final, going to a nearly impenetrable nuke, their most played map. It's never going to be easy for MOUZ. They have to claw this one back, and a pistol round feels like the requirement. It's not made easy by Brokey. Great flash from outside of B, puts them in the picture outside of this site. They're not going to jump the gun. It does give time for MOUZ to rotate down, but no connection for Shuey. He's armorless, getting tagged up already. FaZe reaggress elsewhere. This bomb yet to be spotted, MOUZ yet to be certain, but they still make the gamble with 3 on B. As I say that, Jimpat leaves. And this should not be enough to stop the oncoming tide of FaZe in this B site.
Points made on the util exchange, so MOUZ feels safe with the number of bodies they've got to defend this B site. But with Torshi dinked up, someone else has got to be the hero. Shuey throws his name into the ring, but it's just the double, and he needed so much more. Brolin might have closed that last half with a 1v2, but this challenge is even greater. FaZe set up in post plants. Brolin walking into a lost bomb site. And now they know where he is. The info is there for FaZe, and so is the pistol round laid out before them. They get back to their winning ways very quickly to open up this second half.
It's just been so safe. When FaZe have the info, I feel like it's barely even communicated. It's just second nature the way that these guys set up in not just post plants on T side, but we saw it on CT as well. These crossfires on A site, knowing who to bait who, how to play in tandem, strapped to one another's back. FaZe do not give away these clutches easily, so Brolin just concedes, allows FaZe to make that one step closer to glory. And this has the chance to now be a dominant map for FaZe. Can they make it so? MOUZ full eco. Double digits, undeniable.
I'm going to go walking into this stack over at long. Will this just be Brokey padding his stats out even more? Nade primed on Ray, but that's when they go swinging and Brokey's there to lend a helping hand and back him up, and so this one won't be allowed to get exciting. USP's contained. Torshi taps one back, but they're swinging into this. They want these fights. They want to end the round here and now. So FaZe will do exactly that. Brokey continues to climb the scoreboard.
Just feels like every player of FaZe is online right now, and the same can't be said for MOUZ, especially on their T side. Their entry guy Xertion, he got one double kill entry round. He had a lot of trouble on finding those A picks, constantly walking into really nice setups for FaZe. So when you compare the firepower on these two rosters right now in this map, it isn't even a contest. No one has made mistakes for FaZe. No one has given MOUZ a way in, and they're not going to start now. Gun round to poise FaZe for a 1-0 advantage. They are so close, they are within touching distance. Can Xertion reignite the fire in MOUZ with this push?
Signature Exertion play, aggression in the mid-round, but punished by Rops. It takes Shui to keep that even. They at least stop the round from spiraling. Rops doesn't get out with a multi-kill, and so MOUZ is still in with a chance here. Torshi and Brolin leaning towards the top site, that AWP playing in tandem with his rifler in the bathroom. But Rain is closing the gap. Brolin is on a timer here.
It's in a smoke, he might be safe for now, but that fades. And he is going to get caught. Rain got the info. They know they're being flanked. You can instantly see Brokey turn around. This is a free kill. He's got it. Locked and loaded. FaZe 4 on 3, and they're gonna group.
Oh, Torshi even pushed out of position over on the top side, moving in with the AWP. You need a Torshi moment here. You need a Torshi AWP round, or this one is done. FaZe get that bomb planted, and if you're MOUZ, you can make a really good case for saving here.
Yeah, it's a sinking feeling, but it's one you have to accept. No kit, no nades, simply not in position to compete with FaZe. And so Torshi sneaks back down, and MOUZ surrender the round 11-4.
I really hoped that Exertion was going to come into this and look good for the MOUZ squad. He was so important in that G2 semi-final, the rematch as well from the Major, one where he got punished. He got made to look a fool in that game, and he was able to build back stronger. He came into that G2 match with a point to prove, and he showed that his style works on the stages, that his aggression is a key piece of the puzzle for the MOUZ squad. He finished that map as the top-rated player, and that was in spite of being like shockingly even in terms of KD.
And we talk about, Jimmy being the star of this team, but Xertion is right behind him as an entry fragger, which is phenomenal, right? When we see FaZe pick up trophies in the past, we've seen Rain have MVP performances. Think about Antwerp. It's so hard to do that when you're so often just a one-and-done player. But Xertion's multi-kills have been incredible all event long. 1.17 rating here in China so far. But having a stinker on the stage in a grand final against an informed FaZe And even if we look at that rifle round as well, that aggression tamed by Rops. FaZe are anything but flustered. Look at him go through the molly. Rain is hungry.
Oh, Torshi's had a good few opportunities to get involved in this map, but another miss. Flashed off the angle this time. It's more forgivable, sure.
He gets out. Take that. A chance to actually dance on this top side with 3 CTs here.
Yeah, but already this has put so much pressure onto MOUZ. FaZe don't have to commit from this point onwards. You know you've shuffled the defense around. You've wasted a lot of utility from your opponent. And you've put the fear in them, most importantly. This double toilet setup looks to get rebuilt by the MOUZ squad as they double down on the aggression. They call FaZe's bluff here. They don't believe that FaZe are hanging around looking for the top site hit, but they are. Karrigan is not supposed to win that fight.
Even dodged the flash, it meant nothing.
Well, she takes up his position. 3 shots in the AWP, another miss. Exertion will reclaim 1 at least, returning this to an even odds bout as that 3rd man now joins the hold up here in A. Good flash for Exertion, and finally he's on the board. That's more like it. That's what MOUZ have been missing, but that can't be a one and done. That can't be a flash in the pan. They will not be able to do this with Torshi's AWP falling silent and Exertion having a bad game.
Yeah, I mean, it's so early in the half that MOUZ just have to make that gamble, right? They played 4 upper in that round, just believing that FaZe's long take and their toilets take was true. They don't know. That's a gamble. That's a roll of the dice for MOUZ. FaZe could be ready outside a monster to pop. MOUZ don't actually have that information, so FaZe realize they walked into a stack. Let's see how they respond. Popping out B short now. We've got a boost set up, ready to go. Flash makes it clear. Karrigan survives in the smoke. Even Karrigan having a strong game as an individual in this final.
I mean, Karrigan spent the whole tournament trying to gaslight FaZe and thinking they're the underdogs when they get here. And so now they're playing with no pressure, full confidence.
Roland, risky, trying to get that info back on long. We'll spot Karrigan previously from that B site. That seems to be where FaZe want to end anyway. They've got Rops tucked in position. It's double monster for MOUZ. They've got the right setup right now. Shui going for jump spots is great information, but he won't see that bomb. Only 1 player. Meanwhile, Brolin's getting aggressive, and Rain's trying to fake this top site. FaZe got to go soon, or MOUZ will be numbers here.
MOUZ haven't taken the bait either. This pressure has not budged a single player from the B defense, and Jimmy holds the line with Exertion lending a helping hand, and Yimpat not missing a beat. MOUZ are teed up to close this gap even more. Rain left too far away. And so even though Rain gets the space over in A, it doesn't do enough. MOUZ do not buy it, not for a second.
This is such a long road to recovery for MOUZ, 2 in a row. And 7 more needed if they want to take this in regulation. FaZe not known to choke these leads. In fact, in the opposite positions, they are so good at pulling the back. This is a true test of MOUZ's mettle and mental. They're in the right place to do it. CT side overpass, Zersham warming up, and Rain puts Brolin down immediately. Great flash play. Brolin hears the pistols coming. He wants kills. Rain reminds him what he's working with. And that's another gun for FaZe in this round. It's another reason to believe in one that you should have no chance in. Even Rain going in first, just to safeguard Brokey on that M4. Torshi now, he's missed some shots. He's certainly missed some shots in that G2 matchup. He cannot afford on this anti-eco to give them an AWP for free.
taken a very wide angle. It's just the tag to open. Luckily enough, his captain is there to back him up. So FaZe should struggle at closing the gap onto Torshi, and he takes this little moment, this little break in the action, a peel away from that aggressive angle on the AWP. Now far safer.
Oh boy.
His captain dies over on long. Oh dear, Torshi.
Trouble.
He has to hold on now. He has to start hitting. First shot connects, buying time for the backstab. Exertion and Jimmy now move into the picture.
Oh no.
No, it misses. Frozen's allowed to get the bomb planted. Torshi, he finally remembers what it's like to hit with the AWP, and his teammates are moving in. Striking FaZe from the tally with the backstab. Stellar final from Exertion. 3 kills deep in that round. He stops it getting out of control. He is recovering. MOUZ couldn't do this without him, and so he will not leave them to fight alone here.
7 kills in these 3 rounds that MOUZ have won in a row now, and high impact on that flank. The pace of the flank is everything for MOUZ to get up right behind FaZe, to force them to get off the plant. FaZe can never take post-plant positions. They are cut down before the bomb's even in the ground. And so MOUZ, it looked like an eco win was going to hit them in the face. A 5-on-3 for FaZe. They managed to put a stop to it. Brokey, Molly on Brolin. But he still holds on to this deep mid position. So if FaZe are going for this B hit, Brolin will know about it. He's calling to his team. I see nothing on A. Get ready. Reinforce that B bomb site. Drop your smokes. And Torshi's even in connector. The push for Xertion's risky, but it pays off for one. Chimpack gets punished. And Frozen, that is a lights out double entry into this B site.
Oh, Shuey run through as Carrigan picks him up. And even though Torshi was close by and Brolin's coming in on a backstab, this is still a rough retake for MOUZ. With Brolin now spotted, they lose the element of surprise. No part of MOUZ wants to admit defeat. They don't want to give over a 12th, and so smooth moves from Brolin bring them back into this retake. Frozen out on an island.
God.
This is such a risky position, and Torshi puts that AWP away and puts up.
How the hell did MOUZ win that round? What a beautiful flash for Torshi as well. Right when FaZe had the same setup, a monster, Carrigan calling for a flash. It is too late. He gets jump peeked by Brolin off Torshi's util, who goes on to find a triple kill and retake that round. That is despicable. FaZe should not be throwing those away. And FaZe down as MOUZ build bit by bit, 4 in a row.
Look,
and that's a clutch up round. That's not just a standard win for MOUZ.
No, right? Because this second half was always meant to be a bit of a struggle for FaZe. Like, sure, you had MOUZ looking down in the dumps and you thought that maybe that would just give them the ultimate edge, but it is the T side of Overpass. It is a tricky side to play, but those rounds where you end up in a post plant, where you're playing with the advantage, they're the ones that you're meant to close out if you're FaZe Clan.
I mean, FaZe could have crushed them in this game. They are thinking that at the same time, right? This was about to just be a stomp of a map. With MOUZ getting just 4 rounds in their first half, it seemed to have maybe been enough. Bit by bit, round by round, kill by kill. Only 3 the difference now, and they're playing like they're leading. These pushes on short, again, Exertion comes in with 1. Looking for fights.
And we're getting key recoveries from key individuals here for the MOUZ squad, right? From the clutch shot for Torshi, who had been having a mare on the AWP, then miraculously bailing MOUZ out of the round that could have given FaZe map point. Exertion comes into this half with 4 kills to his name. And he's risen up through the board. He now sits second in behind Jimmy.
Yeah, the impact of his kills have been probably the most important factor, not just the quantity of them. Stopping that eco round from getting out of control. Getting that double on the top site when FaZe had a 5-on-4. Okay, FaZe. Carrigan's put to the test again. He is the lurk now. Trying to wiggle his way around B with not a drop of utility to fake things out. Brolin gets aggressive with a flash, and these flashes for MOUZ have been just as good. good as FaZe's were on the CT side, setting up for more kills on A site. Jimpak gets that spot, and he's not here to miss this kill. Easy one onto Karrigan. One by one, FaZe start to fall.
Backstab for Exertion. It's a little labored, little awkward. If he falls, that's the B site open, but Exertion doesn't go down. It's just Brokey, and he's getting run at in all directions. MOUZ keep closing the gap.
FaZe need a pause, they need a breather, they need a break right now, and MOUZ are not giving it to them. 5 straight. 11-4 it once was.
MOUZ have now matched the streak that FaZe are able to put up in that first half. This is the moment if they see, if we see whether or not they can move beyond that. And MOUZ went from looking a little scared, maybe a little too rigid, to now they're flowing. This is more like the MOUZ we're used to seeing. The MOUZ that we got to see yesterday in that G2 semi-final.
Yeah, they weren't lying when they said that they could reset. They said it was just a matter of time till they brought their group stage performance to a stage, to a crowd, to a playoff. And they may have skipped straight into semis, but they earned their grand final spot, and they have more to say, more to do against the final boss. FaZe looking for a B execute. Again, a strong stack for MOUZ. 3 here. Shui with a Molotov. He's going to throw that over, try and get it down. As FaZe go for this hit, it will be telegraphed. Util in. Shui actually going to get blocked off by a molly here. He'll have to fight from heaven. If FaZe have a smoke, it's just down to the 2 on the site.
Jimmy has to hold the line now. Overran, just the one and done.
Perfect.
And so FaZe, they fell down in a moment much like this one, but Karrigan doesn't want to let that happen again. But Torshi and Brolin, they offered up heroics last time in this 2vx. But the 2v4, it's too far gone. They can't go for it. They can't justify it.
Not even about money, it's just position, it's just pressure. It's a 2v4 where you don't want to give FaZe an orb. You don't want to throw away your chance for a late game recovery. You've believed in your CT rounds. It's a blimp, it's a blip, but FaZe only needed 2. Fantastic entry work for Karrigan as well. Lights out shot to Shui. Oh, and you've got to fight for these guns, Brolin. He comes running and gunning, and he will save the AK. Torshi 2 on the orb.
I think that is a very cathartic round for Karrigan.
Yeah.
He was the guy when Copenhagen had an insanely rough 3rd and final map in that grand final. He's the one who bears the weight of feeling like he let teams down with the calls in even the grand finals that they fall short in outside of the major. He takes a lot of that responsibility on his shoulders, and so I think it's a big deal that it's his double kill that finally breaks MOUZ's streak and moves FaZe onto that elusive map point. Will that be the spark that reignites FaZe Clan on this map? Boost up for Torshi. That was so close, but close ain't gonna cut it.
Good grenade, but it's a consolation prize here. MOUZ still want to aggress on short. That much has been clear in the CT side. They've been so proactive in the mid-round in this position. Exertion again going for it. He knows Rops' protocol. He knows where Rops is going to sit. And so the molly pushes him out. Fantastic call for MOUZ to get things moving. 5-on-4. Forced. And FaZe now have little control of this B site. Exertion goes on for 1 more. This guy is unchained right now. 11 kills in this second half alone. And we are not done yet, say MOUZ. If FaZe want to take this win, it will take all the rounds. Because their money ain't pretty either. Could justify a save, but do FaZe want to be stuck in that weird position where their money is uneven this late in the game? It means they have to die next round, accrue that loss bonus, throw everything in, and look for a 13-11, but this is exactly what MOUZ wants. A stalemate call for FaZe.
Yeah, this is, you have to try play the long game here, right? Getting out with these 3 guns, you will at least have a full buy in the next. Karrigan likely going to be shifted onto a Galil or something of the sorts, but it's not the end of the world for FaZe Clan. They know that this round comes down to it, MOUZ having done their research, right? They hit them with a nice opening move, and I think it was a great time for MOUZ to make a play like that. Up until now, when they were streaking all these rounds together, they were very content to just sit back in their bomb sites, let FaZe bring the fight to them. The individuals were stepping up. But then they lose one round, and you don't want FaZe to build off of that. You want to hit them with something different. And so they use that knowledge of how FaZe like to play to pressure ops early. FaZe can write off one of those. But because they come through with this buy here and now, and they put everything into it, this is now the moment where FaZe have to win. If they fall short, MOUZ are right there ready to take this into overtime and show that they have grown, show that they have improved, the mental is better. They're more at home on the stages.
I think win or lose, MOUZ have already proved that. The fact that they didn't roll over at 11-4 and just take the L, they've already shown that they aren't shaking under the lights. But of course they do want something to show for it. A bit of gold, a notch on the Intel Grand Slam, and maybe even a trip to Cologne. There is so much on the line in this final. Can MOUZ make it happen on a huge CT comeback? Or do FaZe force their way in right at the bitter end? FaZe using a lot more util to gain this map control. They've seen an aggressive Brolin. They know a Torshi AWP is likely. We're going to have to see FaZe use a lot of flashes early to dissuade Torshi from having a pop-off round. That's what he's begging for right now. Just give me the chance. Give me straight-up fights, and I will win you this game. FaZe have to do everything in their power to deny. But their toilet control rounds have not been as quiet as MOUZ were on this T side. So even Brolin's position is a little dangerous. You can spam him out. FaZe have 2 mollies for the site, but first they've got to get there.
Oh, Torshi just misses that timing on the jump up. Tries to retake this. I mean, this entire round comes down to just how much Torshi and Brolin can do. They're the ones bearing the full weight of FaZe's pressure. With a missed shot from Torshi to open, Brolin might have to be the guy, might have to be the hero. Shui lends a helping hand, but the top side's getting overrun as FaZe trade their way in. Exertion locked out, that aggression punished, they're ready for it. And FaZe, this is their moment. 2 kills away from denying MOUZ's comeback, stopping them in their tracks. They've fallen down here once before. Brokey wants it to be different this time around, and it's only Torshi left. Pressure's gonna get to him here as he swings it wide. Brokey is the X Factor. FaZe Clan steal MOUZ's map pick away as they look to break their grand final curse here in Chengdu. They are now 1 map closer to that goal.
The final boss of Counter-Strike, FaZe every final, and finally here for that trophy. Nuke will have to do. Can MOUZ